Hi, I'm John,
And I'm Ted.
and welcome back to Awesome Quest.
Yeah.
We are playing a series that the two of us
Really
love
enjoy.
deep super down in our heartsy hearts. Checking add-ons. Boop.
Because he was
Series.
and Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no
Yeah.
Yaiba.
So beautiful.
So this is Co-op Friday recording, but currently we're going to be getting through the first kind of like prologue stuff, because I don't have my PS4 controller here, only John does, and getting a new one would be super pricey.
Yep. So we're going to try and knock through. So I have definitely played a little bit, if you can't tell. We're going to try and get through what we can. Yeah, we'll set that to long. Subtitles on, items, arts, vibration on, map rotation speed. Let's turn that up a little bit because it's really slow in my version. That's good. Auto adjust is off. That's fine. Sound output stereo. Turn off the wireless speakers.
Movie and voice volume up.
Yeah. And here we go. This is going to be like an extra long episode because we're going to try and get through all the prologue-y stuff. But yeah. Welcome to Tales of Berseria. My brain can't...
The word berserk is in there as an inspiration for the term. You football.
Oh, you football, you beautiful bastards.
They did the God Eater anime too.
Which I need to watch.
It's not as good as the game.
Well, I mean, I want to watch it for the very pretty animation.
Yeah, okay.
So I will also say the voice acting is very good, but it is very anime.
Yeah, of course it is. Tales games are very anime. Like, if you think Final Fantasy is an anime-esque series, then you've never played a Tales game.
Yeah, which is next level anime.
Yeah.
How loud is this? I should probably turn this down. Oh wait, no, it's the right.
Yeah, I turned it down already.
It's where we want it to be.
Celica them
but I have definitely played a little bit of this. It's very different from the Tales series I'm used to.
Because there isn't, like, the SP number, it's a gauge thing.
Yeah, it's a gauge.
That kind of acts like stamina in Dark Souls a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm definitely still getting used to it, but it's built on like a
It's scary, but don't give in to fear.
Like if
attack combo system.
Yeah, it's an attack combo system. So as you unlock more abilities, you unlock different ways to fight, and you can add those into a pre-made combo. So if you press circle 4 times, you're always going to do the same combo.
Mm-hmm.
And then X is kind of your designated, like, this is where I can be as customizable as possible. Whereas the other three face buttons are kind of designed to be like, hey, the game is going to optimize these 4 for you just because we might as well. So like every time I get a new martial art, it gets thrown in triangle, square, or circle. Hello, beautiful beam to the sky. How many animes have beams to the sky?
A lot.
Hey, that guy doesn't look like he's feeling very good. Oh, him got a headache. Oh,
no, he's a furry.
All of a sudden, he's hotter for some reason.
I mean, got that muscle thing going on when he didn't before, at least not visibly muscly.
Yeah. Symbolism.
It's symbolic.
Right.
Caw!
This game starts you fast, by the way, into the story. It's like,
And then it drops you off into a flashback tutorial.
Yep.
But at least you're excited to see what happens because you know that this is the shit you're technically starting with.
I will say the in-game stuff looks a little awkward.
For 2016 especially, considering that The Witcher 3 came out the year before and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, it's it's very hard to do 3D pre-rendered with an anime look. Like,
without it looking clunky.
without it looking clunky. And I think they did a very good job with the character models.
I mean,
some of the
they did
monsters
better than
look-
Berserk 2016.
Oh, for sure. Some of the enemy models are a little shaky, but I think the character models themselves are really, really good. And then there's, oh my god, the best part of the Tales series. And we're totally gonna be playing all of these in the game. Like, I don't care how
skits?
much extra time it takes. Yes, we have to watch all the skits. All the skits. Because they give you so much character growth.
They do.
That the main
There is
plot
apparently
doesn't have
there's
time
apparently
for.
like one 7-minute skit at some point in this,
Ooh!
and it's like it defines a character outside of battle. It helps
Yeah.
give insight into that.
Morning. I told you to stop calling me Laffy. I'm not a little kid anymore.
Grumble, grumble, huh? You must be feeling good.
Same voice as Shantae,
Bit of a fever, I'm afraid.
Christina V.
At least the new medicine's supposed
I
to come today.
Have
Until
mentioned
then,
before
you stay in
that
bed,
she is
got
not
it?
my favorite when
What?
she's doing her happy peppy
But
voice.
I wanted to go to the
It's a
cave.
bit it's a bit much for you.
It's just a little too
Can
like
I at least
there's
read a book?
there's being expressive, and then there's what Christina V brings, which is like 2 steps above, which is
Trouble
a
your
little
sister,
too
Luffy
much
says.
in my opinion. But
didn't
in this
mean
game,
to.
Well, remember,
After-
John, opinions are
Done
illegal on
chopping
the
fireworks?
internet.
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Enough to last the winter.
Nah, your house
But
is gonna
there's
get
something else.
get
We're gonna get
precision
swatted.
precision nuked from orbit.
Medicine money
Yeah.
will have to wait a bit.
Though
I can
like-
earn it myself then.
probably within this
Before,
episode, we're
I'll have
going to
plenty
get to
to
her
offer in
when
trade.
she,
On
is
your
no
own.
longer so happy.
She actually
peppy.
does a really good,
Plans
not
must be
like,
solid and reactions flexible.
you know, kind of like angrier
Alright. I
sound.
shouldn't
Yeah,
doubt my
she does a
students'
very good.
abilities.
I
Sorry
guess
to put
I
you
guess
on
the word
spot.
I would use for
I'm sorry,
her
Velvet.
in about an hour,
Whoa, hey.
Is
maybe
What's
more,
everyone
is
apologizing for?
well,
We're
angry,
fine,
yes,
right?
but there's a
Angry,
better word.
but to the
I'll see you later.
I guess the
I
word
whipped
would
up some
be
porridge
like
for you, okay? Be back by evening.
what is
Thank you. Be careful, Velvet.
there's a specific term for it. It's when you reach a point of just not giving a fuck.
Oh, not jaded. What's the other thing? Cynical?
Cynical. Yeah, she does such a good cynical, like hateful person.
A
And
cynical, spiteful voice. Yeah, she
Yeah,
really does. It's actually
spiteful.
kind of shocking
that it is.
because you don't hear her in that kind of role that often.
No, you don't. Okay, I gotta check for
So
items.
it's actually in a way playing against type, sort of like oh god, Kira Buckland playing 2B when she was normally playing like happy, peppy, energetic girls until then.
Yeah. By the way, always gotta check for items.
Yep. Just like in Pokemon
Rest
games
up.
where you break into people's
Alright.
house and steal
Don't
their shit.
forget to take
Tails
some
games are
gels
basically
with
just
you.
like that
I
too.
know, you're careless sometimes.
And
Yeah.
then there was the
You'll be
Pokemon
fine.
game that was a
You
Tails
just
game,
make sure.
Tales
Don't worry
of Symphonia:
about
Dawn
me.
of the New
I'll
World.
be in
Yep,
bed
that was a
resting.
Pokemon game.
You better be.
Never finished that one.
I have not either. I have both of them on as a PS3 edition. I got the collector's edition, which came with like little Nendoroid things. They're not Nendoroids. They're something else.
If I'm on
But
They're
my
little
something
figures.
like it,
They're-
yeah.
It came with a
You better
like a
try the
complete
tranquil
soundtrack
woods outside of
for both
town.
games.
This is for
Ooh,
Luffy's
It came with
baby.
a
Can't mess this
with
up.
a small novel, like a novella.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Dude, that's one we're definitely eventually gonna have to play. Symphonia was my.
It was both of our first exposure to the series.
It was our first exposure to the series, and it was my first exposure to like how grand
A JRPG
can be. Like, don't
In
get me
terms
wrong.
of scope, yeah.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I played Final Fantasy, but like
Well,
Final Fantasy can be so impersonal sometimes.
Yeah,
The
'cause-
opening 7 years ago.
Final Fantasy.
world's
The
really
most
gone
recent Final
crazy.
Fantasy to have come out at that
Famine,
point would have
freezing
been
weather.
9.
And worst
Yeah,
of
and
all,
I didn't
this
play that.
demon
I think my
plague.
first
I
Final
think
Fantasy
12 came out
was
around 2005, 2006.
Yeah, I think my first Final Fantasy
Which
was
is why-
the DS version of 3.
Yeah. That was mine as well.
Demon blight? Or how to heal it?
No.
And let me
What you
see.
know is that
No,
when
no.
people turn into those monsters,
Yes, and then 12 was my second.
Yeah.
I remember Tales of the Abyss came out around the same time and on the same console as 12, so that probably really hampered its
success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the fact that 12, you know, the game everyone knows in the JRPG business, came out.
Yeah, and it's definitely Tales is so different that they're almost incomparable.
They really are.
Yeah.
Mean it that way.
That being said,
Idiot, you know that?
this is
Sorry about him, Velvet.
this is the series I prefer.
I think I agree. I haven't really enjoyed that many
Velvet,
Final Fantasy games
Is
recently.
Laphicet feeling better?
I
I enjoyed-
15.
He needs a little
I had
rest,
fun with 15.
I think.
But it just wasn't quite what you
yeah.
were looking for in a Final
Tell him I'm
Fantasy
looking
game.
forward to
Yes.
hunting beetles with him
And I
again
had
when
fun
he's
with
better.
the 7 remake.
Got it.
Laphicet's
Um,
illness sure is persistent.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I
He
could
still
never
keeps
really
coming
sink my
back.
teeth into
Like
Final
clockwork.
Fantasy as much.
The
And don't get me
medicine
wrong,
always
I love
helps a
Final
little
Fantasy.
bit.
But I could never really
Still,
sink my
that
teeth in
sounds
as much
terrible.
as I could with Tales
Let me know
games
if there's
because
anything I can do to help.
Thanks, but we'll be fine.
because
At least
in
we've
Final
got Oscar
Fantasy
to take care of
a
any
lot of
cat needs
times
muscle. And
like
before
up
he came,
until
Celica raised me and
up
Luffy
until
all by
6,
herself.
the
So now I have to do
your
my
player
best,
characters
too.
were just kind of
Sound
you.
just like your sister.
Like they didn't have a
That
lot of
optimism runs
personality.
in the family.
Well,
I do?
a lot of
4
personality.
That's nice of
4
you
and
to say.
5, I think I would disagree with you. 2 to a degree. 1 and 3 definitely had that issue, because they didn't have named characters until
I should
the remake
probably
of 3
stock
and the
up on a
DS, and
few
even
things
then they were
before I go
basically
into the
cardboard
forest.
stock
I
characters.
don't have a
Yeah.
lot of money
But
to
2
spare.
had
But like Arthur always
decent-ish
says, battles are won
emphasis on
and
decent-ish
lost. The
characterization.
preparations made before the first strike.
And 4 definitely, because it's one of my favorites. Because that was the first Super Nintendo one, was 4. That was the switch between NES and SNES.
Yeah. And like
4 is about a Dark Knight who starts questioning his orders because he's been
right.
told to slaughter entire villages, and he's finally like, no, I've had enough. I can't do this
I just
anymore.
overrided my own save data.
Oh shit.
Whatever.
That's right, because this was set up also to be in the PS3, so it would have that issue.
Yeah.
Because it's like the PS3 type save system,
It's whatever.
which is like the worst fucking save system.
Ultimately, like I can do a double save once we get to where I was,
Yeah.
and then just
Who are the
do
Imperials?
things from there.
Created the world.
But yeah, like I guess
The
my
one
experience
shall
with
bring it to peace.
Final Fantasy then
Be
is really
afraid.
like I played the
When
remake of 1,
contradiction
I played the
permeates
remake of
this
3,
world,
and
the time
then
of
I played
suppression will be upon us.
Are you okay?
7 and
Want me
15.
to take you home?
Like I really didn't play a lot of Final Fantasy.
I have played 1, 2,
Alright
3,
then.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Velvet.
not 8 or 9, 10, 10
Don't fall
2,
into the Shrine of Tranquility, right? I know,
12
I'm not a
Revenant
kid.
Wings, which is a
Of
DS
course,
game.
Of course.
Played
You're
13.
now, aren't you?
I'm 16.
Neither of the sequels to 13. Not 14, because again, I don't do the MMO stuff.
Hmm.
And I have not played 15.
Yeah. I have 15 if we want to try it.
Rose on a Road Trip, the game.
It's
For a chunk of it, at least.
well for a lot of it.
Skits.
Come to think of it, Arthur hasn't requested his favorite dinner in a while.
I think
There's been
this
so much
this thing
going
right
on.
here was the thing that
village
made
always has him out
me
hunting.
like Tales more
Maybe
than
he's just worn
Because
out.
you
Final
get a
Fantasy.
glimpse into the part of the
That
characters'
does it.
lives and
I'll cook
personalities
him
you
up
wouldn't
some
see in the
pickle
main
stew.
story.
Just like
exactly,
Celica
and a
taught me.
lot of
I'll pick him right
character
up.
growth
A
actually
healthy
happens in
portion of
these
nourishing
things.
meat cures
Like
fevers
in
and
Tales of
weariness alike.
Symphonia, you learn like a lot about like Genus that you would have
Berseria looks
never
promising.
known.
Mm-hmm.
If where's that item? There.
All I need to know is that Genus has a hot older sister who is an archaeologist.
You have a
I
type.
do.
So do I.
She's also an archaeologist, which really fucking gets it.
pickleboard.
Gets me like, she's amazing.
Okay, so I am definitely gonna kind of skip through these tutorials because I have definitely played it before.
Yeah. I mean, you all saw when John overwrote his file how far he was, so he has an understanding. I have not played this one,
Yeah.
so
Man, I'm a little disappointed in me for that one.
everyone who's ever played a PlayStation like 3-era game or game with that specific save system has done it. I did it on my first Tales of the World Radiant Mythology file on my PSP back when I just got to the final boss. I decided to make a new file. Saved over my old file.
Yep.
The one where I was just at the final boss at.
Oof.
Yeah, I was very upset.
I would be too, man.
And that was back before I had learned how to not be angry all the time. So I almost broke my PSP. I was like, no, put it down.
The cold weather's been terrible.
But at the
in
time I was a
everyone's crops.
rage
But
machine.
at least
Yeah.
the city will buy our prickleborn meat now. Luffy and Arthur have
And that
been
was also
hoping the
really easy to
village
make
could
cry,
start
so I remember
racing them.
crying for like an hour after
can
that.
just-
I
be
get
so
it, man. Like
temperamental.
it's one of those
I
things where like
wonder
you
if they
feel
could be
really
bred with
disappointed
more
when it
docile
happens.
pigs.
Well, that and I was a hormonal
What would we call
teenager,
them?
so it was
Yeah.
even worse.
Boars?
Teenager life. God, that was a time.
Adolescence
Doesn't
is
sound appetizing.
the worst.
What about
I don't remember which
Pickleball?
comedian described it. I think it was
Pickleball. That's a cute name.
was it Chris
Maybe
Titus? I
too
think it was
cute,
Chris
though.
Titus who was
We
like,
wouldn't want to
and then
discourage
between the
people
ages
from
of
eating them.
13 and 18, you begin mutating.
That sounds about right.
Because that's how you feel. You feel like you're just like a monster.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Battle tutorial. Arts use up the soul gauge. Blah, 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 blah. There we go.
Yeah, but I remember one of the reasons I had so much trouble in Symphonia was because at the time I didn't want to guard, and I didn't realize just how important guarding was in these games.
Oh, yeah.
Arthur's second maxim: know your foes and strike where they're
So
weak.
I think Tales could be considered one of the big JRPG series along with, like, Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy.
I'd consider it up there.
Yeah.
I think it's got a more niche audience, which
Probably.
is unfortunate. Because like I really want it to be more successful, because if it's more successful, we get more games. But it's got a high enough following that like we're still getting games.
Yeah, I think there's one for 2021.
Tales of Arise?
I think it's Crestoria. Let me check. Tales. I think Arise is a different game.
I think I think Arise
It's
was
like a
the
mobile game.
mobile one, and I was like, nope.
Oh, nope, wait. Tales of Arise is an upcoming action role-playing game. Yep, okay, you were right. Yep.
Is Crestoria the...
Crestoria must be the mobile game.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
Another prickle bar.
God, it's weird to think they have mobile games, but everything is gacha games now. And that damn fucking reasoning is why we didn't get another Tales of the World Radiant Mythology.
Yeah.
Where you get to make your own character and assign them job classes, and the more
Not bad.
characters you recruit, certain characters will give you missions to unlock new job classes and stuff.
This should
Yeah.
be enough
Like
to
in the
cover
first
medicine.
Radiant
I
Mythology,
better bring these to the
a certain
store.
quest for Kratos got you the Magic Knight job.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, because I'm only doing this because there's an exclamation point on the screen.
This place isn't safe. That hole's gotten bigger. I've told them 1,000 times they ought to build a fence, but they keep saying it's forbidden land.
Like, this is
Even
Christina
Zelda
V
used
at
to
her
scare me
best, I
with
think.
it.
Mm-hmm.
She
When
was
she's, like,
always,
introspective.
This is a gateway to the
Like, because she does such a
underworld."
good introspective character.
I'm too old to keep falling
But
for
I
that
think she
nonsense.
just takes the peppiness a little too far sometimes.
I mean, that's kind of what peppy people are like, though.
Mm-hmm. Running. That is true. I guess you make a good point. That is what peppy people are like.
They're just more energetic than we're used to.
Oh, by the way, this game still has the weird Tails thing where if you press a button, now you can walk.
Yeah. You can't run faster. You can just walk. Because you're already running.
Which I still don't understand. I think was there some sort of stealth mechanic?
I don't think so.
Because I think if
There
you
were
were
a couple
walking the monsters,
There
you
were
could
a
get
couple-
closer to the monsters.
Yeah, you could do that and you could get an advantageous battle because you could hit them. You could also use the Sorcerer's Ring to stun them.
Right. God, I forgot about the sorcerer's
It's
ring.
in like every game.
It's not in this one, at least so far.
I know that in Tales of the Abyss, you don't get a Sorcerer's Ring, but you use the little animal mascot. You pick him up and he breathes a fireball.
There you go. Oops. Can't go
Oh,
that way.
the animal mascot, I think, is the one character who doesn't abandon the main character after he fucks up in, like, the first half.
Yeah. Man, I'm so glad we're playing a Tales game. And, like, it looks like I'm just button mashing, and it's because I am. Because at this point in the game, there's no reason not to. Later in the game, you start needing to, like, have
Actually
to optimize, like, what...
Actions.
Well, even, like, what elements you're using to attack. Like, for instance...
Like setting up the fields in Abyss to use elemental versions of your physical attackers. When you use a spell in Abyss, it'll leave like a field of a certain element that you can exploit.
Oh, that's cool.
To add an elemental effect onto your physical attacker's skills.
That's pretty cool. I know.
Wait, the boars
I know in this one.
Are you there?
Enemies have multiple elemental weaknesses.
Yeah.
And if you can chain a combo with all of those elemental weaknesses, the damage is like tripled.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Hidden arts focus on damage. Okay, so for instance, here is a hidden art. So searing edge, searing edge, searing edge, searing edge. Wake my computer up. Starting to fall asleep. And then like that does significantly more damage, but it uses more SP. And it's like a AoE.
Yeah.
And because it's the only hidden art I have, why not spam it? There we go.
Pig butt. They look kind of like the little piggies from Fate Grand Order's summer event.
Evil pig.
I showed you the picture of that one one of the dialogue things from the Fate Grand Order summer event with the demon boar.
Yes.
Where it's like, hey, are they gonna finish up arguing anytime soon? And you, the player character, apologize to your enemy because the summer versions of the servants are all idiots.
It's true. I need to actually play that game some more. Cause like I check it every day, but I don't really play the game.
I need to finish up the
Who's he talking to? Sorry, had to make that joke really quick.
Well, you know, so.
Arthur's fourth
What was I gonna say?
Never
Shit.
let your guard down,
Alphabet
even
soup.
when victorious.
Got it.
I don't know.
In any case,
What were you
this
talking
should be
about?
enough to buy Lupus's
Fate
medicine.
Grand Order.
Yes.
I need to
The
finish up.
piggies.
Well, yes, that. They're really cute. They all have slightly weird personalities, and they worship one of the characters in the summer event as a goddess,
Where?
and they revere Tomomo as the devil, basically.
I don't think I'll be home.
It's really
tonight.
funny.
I mean, accurate.
I came
But
out here
yeah,
to let you know. You'll have to pick up the medicine yourself.
but there's I need to
Right.
finish up the
One more thing.
the pseudo singularities from Echoes of Remnant,
If you're attacked,
and then I need to do the Lost Belt because Lost Belt 2 is out now, and I'm like, oh shit,
Hey,
I'm
I can
behind.
handle a bunch
But, like,
of...
demons can only be challenged by those
like,
with the talent for exorcism.
Half, then 3,
That's the
so
cold
5
logic of the
whole
world.
story
Emotions can change it.
arcs
Yeah.
I'm behind by.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
get that. I'm
I could become an exorcist?
not even finished with the main story
Yeah.
of Fate Geo yet. I would very
Why
much
did you
like
think
to
that
finish
birds
it.
fly?
So I can.
It can be a slog, and you don't need to beat the Echoes of Remnant to start Lost Belt.
Okay.
Why? Well, without
I would say
flying, they
it's
couldn't
interesting
find
because
food.
the Lost Belt stuff introduces things that
It
add
takes
on
a
to the things
particular
introduced in
innate
Echoes of
talent
Remnant,
to be
so I would
an
recommend at
exorcist.
least doing Shinjuku.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
very few humans have that
Actually, I
within
think you can
themselves.
tackle them at any time in any order. So if you wanted to, you could do Salem even if you wanted to,
Alright.
because each of them have a bond up thing for the specific
Tomorrow is
servants
Celica's Memorial
Okay.
Day.
types. Like Salem,
I'll
caster
get back as soon
servants
as
get
I
increased bond. Agartha, female servants,
Hurry back.
or
I'll make you a
non-binary
quiche,
servants like
just the way
Astolfo
she
and
taught me.
De'Aon also get the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern warriors, I think,
Yeah. I get that.
also have in the Shimosa demon warrior one, they have all the Eastern servants, serious warriors And Shinjuku, I think, is evil
I
servants.
wonder if those prickly
Okay.
boars were brothers. Maybe I
Yeah,
should have
it's-
let them
it's-
go. But
Fate Geo
then
has a
how
lot of
would I
stuff,
pay
and
for
I just-
Laffy's medicine?
I think my problem
Hunting
is,
took care of that.
a lot of the times I
And
don't even
Nate's
start playing
faithfulness
it
as well.
until
I
like
had no
after
other
midnight,
choice.
and I just
It was
like
a
open it
rational
up, check
decision.
my stuff, put it
But the
down, and
fact
fall
that I'm
asleep.
still
Yeah.
worrying about it shows that my feelings
No,
are
I get
getting
that,
the
because I'm
better
playing
of
like
me.
3 gacha games right now.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the one I just started, Sino Alice, which is a Yoko Taro directed thing, or produced by, in some way.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like, oh, here's a short blurb, now get into the mission, which takes like all of a minute, and then
Yeah.
be done with that.
Oh, for sure. Hey, look, it's sheepies.
Yeah. And her dogs' names are funny.
Nico, here for groceries?
Orthy and Russ.
Yep.
Orthoros.
You must have been
You
out
know,
hunting.
a
Yeah,
demon
it was a good
dog from
haul.
Greek
Look at
mythology.
you, lady
You're-
breadwinner.
If you were a boy,
Isn't Orthrus also
I
a
think I'd be
two-headed
in
dog?
love.
Yes,
Good thing I'm a
two-headed I
girl.
meant. Did I
So
say
the fact that
three-headed?
there are two.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You ought to do something about your style then.
Hi, Lucy Hartfilia from Fairy
I kind of
Tale.
broke my comb.
I can
So
I can
get
never
in the
remember that
room.
actress's name just
I
because
can't either.
she has this like
Sure,
she has such a
I'd love to,
melodic quality to her voice that I just kind of get
Hey,
lost in it a
mister!
lot of times, and
How
I'm
about
just
a
like,
sale on combs for the
she
pretty
talks
girl?
pretty.
Huh? Oh, you two need something?
That's how my brain works. I'm not
fine,
very.
Nico. I'm just here to pick up
Yeah.
medicine for Laffy said.
Didn't mean to
Oh,
smack my lips at
Velvet.
like
I already told
8
Arth,
billion
but
decibels there.
I'm afraid the medicine hasn't come in yet.
What? Why not?
Why not?
Is it because of the demons?
I love.
Seems like the demon blight's really
I have
taking
a
toll on the
weird
city.
love-hate
There's
relationship
even a
with
group
how
of
these
them lurking
characters
around
look. By the
here
way,
now.
Yeah?
like they look good,
When's it coming then?
but
I
like,
can't say.
for instance, her
And
mouth
I
does
don't know
not
how
move
much it
enough
will
when she
cost.
speaks.
No, yeah.
Oh,
Like it's
no.
such a small movement.
Would you have
It's-
preferred the Dark Souls method
don't
of
they have
no
an
lip
army or
movement at
something?
all?
Those guys? The
No.
demons already routed them a while back.
In something like this,
We're safe here, right? After all, your
like they
brother
do
was
a
an
better job with her,
exorcist.
but like
So sure about that?
there's something a
Can't
little
even use
uncanny
his
about
right
how
hand
she's like
anymore.
speaking at
Poor
normal
fellow couldn't
volume,
even
but her
protect
mouth
his
is
own wife
opening
and
maybe
child.
2 millimeters.
Let me know when the medicine.
I'm also
gets
getting a little bit of uncanny valley from the
of
characters
course.
themselves,
For now,
but I think it's because
on the
like
house.
look at that female character. She looks fairly normal. Like even for an anime character, her eyes are fairly normal size.
You didn't forget,
But Velvet's
did you?
are like the
You
size of
promised
dinner
to teach me how to
plates.
make your special
They're
cake.
anime
Name for
sized?
that
Yeah.
apprentice animal doctor you had your eye on. You were serious?
Beyond serious.
And I might be wrong just based on
Please.
perspective. Like
This
I
is
might
life
just
or
be
death
looking
for
at it
me.
weird.
But I thought your folks weren't keen
But,
on the
like-
two of you dating.
Maybe it's the way her hair
what
falls
people
too. That's
think.
kind of like making her eyes
The
look so
important
huge.
thing is my
Because I'm like,
feelings.
her hairline is
It-
like here.
I
Yeah,
like the way you
her hair
talk.
kind of...
If I were a boy,
brings
I
out-
think I'd be in love.
Darn
She wants
right.
to fuck her.
Yeah, it seems like that, doesn't it?
All right. Well, we're gonna cut the recording here,
Laffy must be
and we're going
starving
to be
right now.
right back
I better hurry home.
because we're gonna finish this in one go. But we got to make sure we get all the audio right. Oh, we didn't talk to all these people.
Yeah.
Celica taught you how to make
There's
your
so
special
much to do in
t-shirts,
Tales
right,
games,
Velvet?
you guys.
There is, and
But
I
mine aren't
am.
nearly as good as
Tales
hers.
games
Don't be
for sure
modest.
bring
They're
out the completionist in
fantastic.
me,
Simple,
and it's
yet
not in a
elegant.
good way.
That's because there's
It's
No,
in,
yeah.
the cheese
in
on the
fact,
dough.
the worst
You
way.
should try selling them and
well, there
telling
was,
them.
Especially
um,
because I
I'm sure
discovered
they'd be
so.
hits. We could make them
Um,
together
first
and take
village
them
you
on the
stop
road.
in once you
We
get a
could even
second
wear
character,
matching
you
uniforms.
can finally
Would it
buy
make
weapons.
more money
So I'm
than
like,
hunting
I
for
should probably
boars?
buy the better weapons
Definitely,
so that
maybe.
once I
Even
master
more
the
so
skills
if
on
you
this
could
one,
lighten up
I
a
can
bit
just
for the
immediately switch over.
customers.
Guess
Then
who
it
got
might
like
be worth a
5
try.
versions of
I
that
do
weapons
wanna buy
in
Laffy
rando
a nice
combat?
heavy winter coat. And Arthur's
Yes.
gloves are in tatters,
That
so he
always
needs new
happens,
ones.
though.
Oh, don't be so
Which, well, and it doesn't.
boring.
It didn't
I
happen
get
in
where you're
Symphonia
coming
though.
from, but
Like you did
come
not get
on.
weapon drops in
No,
Symphonia.
yeah.
Big.
Or
Dream,
Vesperia,
Velvet.
I don't think.
Dream.
You had weapon crafting in Vesperia.
Yeah,
From
so like,
materials you scrounged up.
so like I was super surprised when it was like, hey, here is,
Then again,
you know that
maybe
amber
that's
sword you
why
just
the dishes taste
bought from the
so
shop?
darn good.
Well, here's 6 of them. Each of them have different like hidden abilities that give other bonuses. Gotta talk to the dogs. Oh, he said.
Orthy and Russ seem pretty down today.
It's probably
I know.
because the
They've been
demons are
whimpering like
close
this for an
by.
hour now.
Well, Well,
Yeah?
they've always been a bit wimpy. The other day,
Hint, hint,
that
hint.
kitty Rollo chased both of them up a tree by
Um,
himself. They're hopeless.
But yeah,
Whenever it's thundering out,
and
they
it's
both
kind of a
dive into
crazy
my
amount
bed,
of weapon drops because I
shivering.
think
Orphe, Russ, shape up.
I had
You're Nico's
5 of the
bodyguards,
same
right?
type
Start
for
acting
her.
like it.
Yeah.
that
They're
dropped
completely
before I
hopeless.
reached the first dungeon.
Maybe.
Like
But
it was.
They're so cute.
I just saw that treasure chest.
Yeah. Playthrough blindness.
Stealing. Guess who's equipping that right now?
Oh, what is the, It's funny because a lot of characters in this game are really old compared to other party members. Like, the Moloch that join you are significantly older than the rest of the party, but they don't look any older.
Yeah, and in
then-
fact, one of them looks like a child.
It's just funny to think that Kratos is still older than all of them by several thousand years.
Yep.
He's like 4,000 something
Oh yeah.
in Tales of Symphonia.
He's an old man. Oh, gotta go visit Sissy's grave. Because
There's
every
always a
Tales
grave.
game, there's always a dead parent.
Hi, Celica. I'm
Because in this
Not
one,
in the
Can't believe
Abyss.
it's been 7
Well,
years
for
since
other
we
characters,
last
the main character's parents are both alive,
back. And the
Yeah.
but they're not
baby
really
I
his
carried.
parents.
yeah,
Spoiler alert for that game,
Got to
the main
bring
character's a
Princess
replica.
Yes.
yeah.
I know how much you, Mom,
And like
and Dad
her and
all
her
loved
sister's
those
her
flowers.
and her sister's parents
And I know your
died,
child
and
would
then
have
her
too.
sister died.
I'm
And
sorry.
it's like, oh,
I'll
it's so
pick some from the
sad.
Cape tomorrow.
Except
It
I'm
gets
so used
worse.
to Tales games being like,
Here,
My
you have at
parents
least
are
one
dead.
dead parent. Have
Yeah.
fun with that.
if you see a shiny, pick it up. Shiny.
All day long, you'll have good luck.
Yeah. Well, and then the cooking mechanic is so important in these games.
Remember, guys, Lloyd and Kratos don't like tomatoes, and that's supposedly a clue that they're related, but I don't get how it's a clue, because people just don't like
I
tomatoes, and
told
not
you
all
to
of them are
stay in
related.
bed.
I don't like tomatoes,
It's only
and
up
Ted
for a
doesn't like
little.
tomatoes.
I like tomatoes.
So
Your
we're
fever hasn't
related.
gone down a
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
That's
Go
the
lie
joke I
down
was
and I'll
going
cook
for.
I like eggs,
I'm
you like
sorry.
eggs, we're related.
Yep.
What's this?
I like sleep.
A
You like
compass.
sleep. We're
It
related.
uses a magnet to
That's
tell you
the
which way
logic
you're
behind it.
facing.
Woohoo! You can use the sun and stars for that.
I like sweets.
And what do you do
Edelgard,
if it's
Edelgard
foggy,
von
huh?
Helsfreg likes
Thanks to
sweets.
this invention,
We're related.
We'll
Yep.
even be able to voyage across the ocean.
Claude
It's
is
designed to stay
hysterical.
level, so
I'm
you're heading
hysterical.
with the
Therefore, we're
ship
related.
is rolling with the waves.
Yes.
Pretty neat, right?
Yeah,
you say
that's
so,
kind of
Laffy.
dumb. But
Come on, it's a must-have for any adventure. Can't you see how useful it is?
I feel like they were trying to make this kid
You
sound
can
like
tell me
genius.
more about it later.
He does kind of sound like Genus. It might be the same voice actress for the Dawn
Did they
of the
hurt
New
you?
World Genus.
Not a scratch. And
What's
I brought
that?
back plenty.
The Tales of Symphonia
I can
2,
hear Arthur
Oh, right.
already.
because they
The
changed
one
every
that
voice
Sam
actor.
left
I think
here,
it's time you learned all
For the
my
Wii?
secret
Yeah.
arts.
he
He
kept
isn't gonna
Symphonia.
hold
Like he took
Is he?
Symphonia, but he left
do
the
you
Wii
know
one,
that?
and I'm like,
Seriously,
that's
that's
understandable.
That's telling, yeah.
Arthur's Moloch? Huh. You really can talk to Malakim, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Arthur says I've got
Moloch
exorcist
aren't
potential.
explained at
No
all
kidding.
in this first
I think you'll
section.
be an exorcist
No,
or
yeah.
all,
Like
even
they're just
him.
like they expect you to know what
He
a
can tell
Moloch
you
is.
Well,
learning
it's
all
another word
sorts
for
of things from
angel.
his book collection.
Is it?
I
Really
believe
want
so.
to become an exorcist?
One
'Cause
moment.
Because
I
I
wanna
think
go
I think
traveling
I
with
think
you
they're explained to be
and
like
see all the wonders
Well,
of
no,
the
I mean
elemental
world.
spirits in this one?
in real
I'll
world.
hunt
Yeah.
and chop firewood,
Of course, the
and
first
if
thing that
demons
pops
come
up
for
is
us, I'll
fucking
defend
Darth
you.
Moloch.
I
I
mean,
wish
understandable.
I could do that.
Moloch, Elohim, or Angels of the Lord.
Okay.
You'll get there, Laphicet. It should only
Messenger, basically is what it means.
Take, 20
It's spelled
years tops.
It won't take me
Malakh.
that long.
Also,
Oh yeah?
is it
You better prove it to me then.
is it hinted at that Laphicet is
Start with
just
this
like
lovely
chronically
meatball stew
ill?
I cooked. Eat
I
every last
don't know,
mouthful,
quite.
Even if you don't feel
Because
hungry.
like everything
And
they
take
talk
your
about, it's
medicine,
like,
no
oh,
matter
Laphicet, you
how
gotta
nasty
always
it
rest
tastes.
because if you
No
don't, you
tricks.
get sick
Am I
again.
clear?
And it's like, is
Yes,
Laphicet got a
ma'am.
chronic illness? A chronic
Perfect.
illness?
Cooking
My
time.
Oh,
brain.
Probably.
First, I need to light the stove.
Like that.
It's so easy to light Arthur's firewood. I wonder what his trick is.
He doesn't get stuff that's
Velvet?
still wet.
Yeah.
Could you
Or
not
moist.
put any spinach
Moist.
in the stew?
How do you people like that
You'll
word?
never grow up if you're picky with your
Moist.
food, you know.
Moist
I know,
firewood.
But
Gotta get
just
that
for today?
moist. Gotta make it as
Fine,
gross as
fine.
possible. So this
I'll leave out the
this
spinach.
episode is
Damp
Just this
firewood,
once.
the
And I'll make
This-
some curry
this
for
fire-
everyone.
that
this,
dank,
this-
musty, moist firewood.
this episode's cursed.
There's some of Arthur's special
Nice.
curry spice upstairs,
Immediately cursed.
isn't there?
Okay, so now I gotta go up here. I gotta be like, oh, it's time to cook. Time to get some species. Pick this
There you
up.
go.
Some
Not
species?
spicy
Yeah, some
hot,
species.
but oh so delicious. Oh yeah.
Oh man,
saw
I gotta
Nando today,
I gotta find
and
something
she
I
had
can put that
very
Nando
important
sauce
things
on
to talk
that's not
about.
gonna like,
She's coming over
Be
in the
destroyed
next
by
couple
it?
days,
Yeah.
So be on your best behavior.
cause it's really
I
good.
will.
I tried it on a burger,
I'm glad you've got a good
and I put
mind.
way too much on it.
Yeah.
We've known each other since forever. Still.
Something I've been doing with
we
burgers,
co-falling
and this
in
is
love.
this suddenly became a
Barely
cooking
wrapped
show.
my head around it.
Is when I cook them.
Fluffy,
First
you
off,
know,
you salt and
if
pepper
there's a
them
girl
on
you
both
like,
sides.
you'll tell your sister
And then
all
as they're
about it,
grilling,
right?
you top them with
Hmm,
balsamic
you're a
vinegar.
stubborn little brat.
Yeah.
So you might need an
So
older girl to keep
as
you
the
under
vinegar
control.
evaporates,
Oh, and
it
she's gotta
perfumes
be
the
a
air
good
in the
cook.
grill,
A pro in
and
the
then
kitchen
perfumes
is
the
a
actual
success at
meat
life.
itself. And then
Knock
when you
it off,
flip it,
Velvet. You
it
should be more
evaporates
worried about your
directly
own love
upward
life.
into the meat,
Me?
which leaves you with like
I've
this
got
really cool
enough on my
flavor.
mind.
Nice.
For one thing,
It's really
I've gotta
good.
cook for you and Arthur since Salika is gone. Besides,
I love
getting crushes
cooking
on
with balsamic
strange
vinegar
men?
because
I
it's
just
got
don't
such
see
a
what's
good
so-
flavor.
The incurable cough
Fluffy,
of death.
What's wrong?
Pick up the pepper. Da-da-da-da-da.
Are you
Oh, did I
alright?
tell you,
I'll bring you some water.
I was reading the
I'm
Fate
fine.
type Red Line,
You just
which
said
is the
something funny
serious
as well,
adaptation of the
and it
Gouda
made me
Gouda
choke a bit.
comics.
Okay.
long as you're
Like the main
okay.
character time travels
Sorry,
back from
I
like
went off on a
2020 to
tangent there.
1945.
Okay.
Who knows
Here's the
what
deal
the
with that.
future holds?
One of the first things that
Yeah.
happens is he
What
realizes
more can I do?
one of the people
I've
he's with
got a
is his
duty to look
grandmother,
after my little
and one of the
brother,
first
and I'm
things she
serious
does is
about it.
get
I
angry at
know,
him for being an
But I'm
idiot,
trying to look after you
and
too.
then she threatens to kill him, and he breaks down crying because
That's
he's
all.
not a mage.
And it's not just
His
me.
grandmother was
Arthur
the last
worries
mage
about
in
you
their
too.
family. His father
Well,
had no
We're
capacity, and he
family,
didn't.
Right?
So he's lived a completely
That's
normal
what
life.
families do.
Gotcha.
Thanks,
And now
Lucky.
his own grandmother,
For you,
as a young woman, is
I'd kill
threatening
every
to
last
blow him up
prickle-bore in the
with
forest if
a
it came down to it.
item that will basically expel all
What
the
am I
water
doing?
in his body.
I need to hurry and get dinner ready.
Gotcha.
And it's like a lot of people are, oh, he's such a little bitch. And I'm like, he's even less a mage than Shiro and has none of the altruism hero complex Shiro has.
Yeah.
And he summons Okita Soji as Saber, and
Isn't this Arthur's book?
so it's really fun because you get to see the
day
character in a
before
way you don't
Scarlet
see in
Night,
the game, where she's
Sis
really
went
peppy and
pickleball
sweet.
hunting on her
Mhm.
own.
Like one of the
She's
things she
almost
does
as good a
is there's a
fighter
guy
as Arthur.
holding a gun at him
So
while
I
he's
know those
downed,
pickleballers don't
and she
stand a
runs the
chance. But
her
I worry
katana
that
through
she's
his
too
forehead,
athletic to
splattering
land a
blood all over her
husband.
master's
Maybe
face,
she should
and he
try
just
to be more
pukes
loyal.
afterwards.
That's an
And
appropriate
then when
response.
his
He just
grandmother
knew what
is
he'd be reading
impaled
this,
by
didn't he?
assassin, he starts disappearing.
Yeah.
It's really good. The voice actress for Okita Soji, Aoi Yuki, was like, hey, when's the anime, you guys?
Right. I love Fate adaptations because they do very good. Speaking of adaptations, a lot of the Tales series do have adaptations.
Most of them are not so good.
Most of them are not good, but they're good.
Good boy.
Like
You
if
didn't
you
forget
don't
your
have the
medicine.
200 hours required
to play the game,
to play Symphonia.
or the
did
money for the
promise.
games, because it's like some of the newer ones can be a bit... They're normal priced games, so
Yeah, and
it
for
adds up.
instance, yeah, for
Tomorrow's
instance,
a Scarlet
the
Night.
Symphonia's anime
Yeah.
is not
Just like that night that
dubbed
changed our lives.
online, but you can find it on YouTube for free, and it's like 10 episodes plus an OVA.
Velvet, may I
Um,
sleep next to you tonight?
Vesperia has a prequel movie,
Oh,
which
that's
is really
right,
good.
that does.
Abyss has an anime
Animated
series
series.
covering what happens in the game. What's the one that comes after this one?
Before this one, Zestiria,
Is Hysteria.
that has an animated series,
It has an animated series as well.
and it does include Velvet at some point, where she has some level of influence over the world still.
Yeah. But yeah, like if you don't have time to check out, like, if you don't have time or money to like
let's see.
sit down
Today, I
and like
got to
play
dry
the
some meat
games,
and use that cheese I've been saving to
Funimation.com
make a
for like
quiche for-
$10 a month, you can watch all the Tears series if you really want to, if you want to get the stories, especially.
Yeah, there is So I know she's brought up the quiche before, but there was a discussion I saw online while I was looking up topics for this,
Where have
and it
you
was. Let me look this up. It was a GameFAQs thing, discussion board, so you know it's gonna be
better
both
not
the
have
good
gone to
and
the
bad.
village alone. I bet your fever hasn't even gone down.
Because it was really, really, really funny, but also
Yeah.
really, really, really bad.
So, are you familiar with the other party members?
With Aizen, to a degree, because you see his sister in Zestiria, his younger sister. Eleanor, who is a former apprentice of Artorias as well,
Has Laphicet been
and she's
here?
actually a boss several times, I think.
No, I haven't seen him.
I think you're lying, sir.
Let's see
Wait,
the other party
that's one of
members. I
Arthur's.
can't. Besides
Actually,
the other one,
it's
the
a
Malachim.
copy that Laphicet
Yeah.
made.
Okay, here it is.
Smart
Here it
merchant
is. Here it
would pay
is.
a pretty penny for this book. I gave him
Would you
fair
eat
trade.
Velvet's quiche and apple booze?
Laffy.
And it's just a non-stop train ride of bad
Dirty jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he must have done it to
One
buy that
word.
compass.
Fuck yeah.
No, though he
There it
gave me
is.
some puppy eyes.
There
Told
it
him I'd
is.
throw it in for free.
I
He
will
said that would
admit,
be a bad
of
thing
all
for
of
me.
the
I'm
female
rereading this and
characters,
it's so bad.
of all of the female
Not the
characters in
merchant.
Tales,
So, what did he use the money for?
there really isn't one that I was like,
afraid my
oh,
answer's
waifu
C.
material.
You'll have to
Personally,
ask him.
the one I liked the most, just based on her backstory and like,
Velvet, I saw
like
Laphicet walking around.
what she
Is
was like
he
was
okay?
Presea.
He's not okay.
Presea was
Where'd you see
super
him?
interesting.
fight
because-
Genus
He
for-
was headed for the forest.
Well, I
I'll help
will
you look
never
for her.
because I ship
Thanks.
Genus and Presea
Do a
pretty
sweep
Nice.
the
fucking
village,
hard.
just in case. I'll check the
My
forest.
my favorite male character in Symphonia was Regal.
Yeah. Cool, dude.
Again, if my D&D buds are listening, I do
was
have
going
a
to have them
type.
join the search, but they
He
won't
is
move at all.
he
It's
is
like they're
morally
scared of
gray
something.
and has violent tendencies. Presea is morally gray and has violent tendencies.
I don't think either of them are quite as morally gray as a lot of people would think.
Yes, but like
you
it depends
seen
on what you
Laphicet?
define morally gray as.
Can't say that I have.
All right.
Like,
Let me know the second
for
you
instance,
see
I
him.
would say he is
Is he in
Regal
bad
is
shape?
closer to
Well,
like morally
he
white than
refuses to stay
gray
Yeah.
in bed.
itself.
He needs
but,
his rest, but he's always
He
walking
also
around or
like if
reading
we're if
outside.
let's talk
As a
As a
alignment charts.
cutthroat
Surprised.
businessman.
He's always been a
Let's
curious
talk
lad.
alignment charts.
He likes
He's
reading
probably
difficult
chaotic
books.
good at best.
When I saw him the other
He's
day,
probably not lawful
he
good.
told
He's
me
probably
all
not
about the
neutral good.
latest
He
I would
killed
think
his
neutral
wife.
good.
and
It
exotic
wasn't even that he
farming
wanted
methods,
to,
too.
though.
Yes.
Only one kid
So
in the
chaotic
union
does
is
not
as smart
fit, in
as
my
he
opinion,
is.
for him.
You're
Except
exaggerating.
chaotic good. The
Well,
way I
maybe
define him
not.
is like
It's a shame.
lawful
If he could go
good.
to school in the
The law
capital,
is what is
I'm
good.
sure he'd make a
Neutral
name for
good.
himself
I
as
do
a
what is
scholar.
good because
The capital?
it
Isn't
is
that
right
days
for
and
me.
days by
Chaotic
ship
good
from
is I do
Taliesin?
what is
No
right
way.
despite
Not
the
happening.
consequences.
Even if
He
he gets
killed his
better,
wife
I could never let him go that
because
far
he
away all by
had to do it to
himself.
save
He
other
can
people.
handle it. He's actually a
So,
very
like, that's why I say
And she
chaotic
asked
good.
him,
I don't
technically.
think
Yeah,
you need to
that's
worry.
why I kind of
I
say
couldn't
chaotic
handle
good.
it.
Not
I
to
would
mention that
worry and be lonely.
like he is violent.
He's not a violent character in terms of personality, though.
Oh no.
He's very calm.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm having, like, the disconnect between the chaotic and neutral there, because he feels more neutral good to me.
I think he rides the line.
Yeah, I'd say ride the line between... Like, not lawful good, you're right there. Because he did act kind of, like, as a convict vigilante for a bit.
Yeah,
And that's not lawful.
no.
So, I think you're right. But, like, fits comfortably between neutral and chaotic good.
Yeah, and
Did you
well,
read
and
the
the same
news?
is true of
Did I
Presea.
remember
I
the
think she
moon
is
turned
like
red
chaotic
7
good,
years
morally
ago?
gray, but not because of anything she did, because she was experimented on to the point where she became essentially a robot and just followed orders.
At which point she would be lawful aligned, but then once that
like
ends,
lawful neutral.
yeah. Once that ends, though, she's kind
Sure
of
know a
the
lot about it.
she's the berserker of the group, basically.
Yeah.
In terms of she doesn't get angry again. It's not her personality. But she fulfills the role, and the actions she takes are more aligned. Yeah.
Yeah, in a like morally gray capacity. And like it's kind of hard to define
Because she's
any
perfectly
of the.
willing to kill
Oh yeah,
Regal outside the purview of the law.
yeah, and he was 100% like
Okay with it.
do it.
I deserve it.
Yeah. Shiny.
She also likes paw pads.
Another morally gray character in that universe would be oh god, what's his name? Redhead.
Zelos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a really good example. He's also him and Lloyd, bro TP, if
Yeah.
not OTP for that game for me.
I love those two together. Though my buddy Aaron will fight you tooth and nail to say that Lloyd deserves to be with Sheena.
I can also see that couple very well too.
Yeah.
I agree with them, either Lloyd and
You little.
Zelos or Lloyd and Sheena.
Yeah.
Better than
There's
this,
a
Fluffy
level
said.
of dynamic that
Running off without
Lloyd,
telling
oddly
me.
enough, doesn't have with
What if something
Colette
happened to
even.
you?
Yeah.
Between the
You wouldn't be
in
the
those
only one
two
hurt.
specific pairs.
And I
understand
feel
that.
like it's a combination of
I'm
the writing
sorry.
and the voice acting.
Mhm.
Because
If you
whenever
wanna do
Lloyd and
something,
Sheena
just
are
ask.
talking, it feels very
I know I'm a crummy
it feels
big
very
sister,
much like
and I
just
can't
two
afford
people
to buy you
talking.
all the
Whereas a
things
lot
you
of times
want.
when he's talking to Colette, he's like he has a
not
hero
why I went out.
complex
Yeah.
for her,
You see,
and she has
it was
a
just-
savior complex for him.
She is a messiah complex for everyone.
Yeah. But like whenever Sheena and Lloyd
I
are
get
talking,
it.
it's very like
You're right.
They're just people.
they're
forgot
people.
flowers were
Whenever
raised.
Zelos and Lloyd are talking, it's very
Yeah.
much
They're
they're
snarky
people.
bros.
they're
thought,
just two dudes
You want to
chilling
see
in a
the
hot
ocean
tub 5
too,
feet apart
don't
because
you?
they're not gay.
But they totally are.
Yeah.
Funnily enough,
Just
the
for
main
today,
character of
though.
Systeria and his friend, I think
Are you
Nickleo,
sure?
they do end up in a hot tub,
But next
not
time
5
we
feet
run off like
apart,
that,
and
I'm
I am
strapping
almost
you to your
certain they
bed.
are gay.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the one I was telling you about when they have the
Good.
skit where they're talking
It's
about the
off to
history
the
of
cake then.
bathhouses and the architecture
Oh,
of the
yeah,
building
yeah,
they're
yeah.
in,
That's funny.
and the guy's like, "Dude, where's your drive as men?" Because he wants to peek at them, and then they just like they humor him, listen to him, and then go right back to talking about history.
Yeah. And of course that's the characters like you're like these are my
Not
dudes.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love these games. I love what these games do. I
Gotta
love what
skip
these
down
games
there, John.
bring. We're just gonna cheese this a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just
Is that all?
I know this episode has literally been us gushing over Tales games, but like that is how much these games mean to me and Ted. And
Yeah.
like my buddy Aaron like adores the Tales
Is that
series.
the one that does the like 8-bit and chiptune music?
Yeah. And we
I will link him in the description.
Yes,
then.
please definitely link Aaron in the description. He does chiptune renditions of like anime music. And recently it's been a ton of Ruby, and
Yeah.
his work is dope.
It's
Like,
pretty good, yeah.
Legit, he does a very good job. Love you, Aaron. Hope you're listening. I have no idea if you are. In
Well,
fact,
if he's a
this-
Tales fan, this will probably be one of the series he would watch.
Yeah. By the way, Aaron, this episode is being recorded on Saturday, July 4th. Happy 4th. Which means, like, you're probably gonna see it in 7 weeks.
Yeah, because we have a couple more. We have like 4 more weeks of Smash as of this one to upload,
Yeah.
and then this. And at that point, I will be bringing my PS4 controller down so that we can
Yes,
play.
because the whole point of these first couple this extended episode is so that I can get to the point where we have a secondary character so that we can use this as our co-op Friday, like
Yeah.
officially.
So this
Just
might
look
even
at
be
all
an episode
these.
we upload like the first, like, this might be more than like because we're recording it in like sections because I don't want the audio to desync.
Yeah.
This place
So
never
like this is
changes,
part 1,
does
2.
it?
Yeah.
We might do like 1-3, 1-4
It says
even.
to
Yeah.
change.
And essentially that just
Seasons,
means
the
we are
wind,
going
the
to
weather.
have
Several
Change
uploads
one
in one
and
day.
it's totally
yeah, it's
different.
going to be a big
And
day
the same
for
goes for what
uh,
lies
But then
Awesome
again,
Quest.
we both fucking love the Tales series, so that's
Across
okay.
the
Yeah.
sea?
We just
That's-
want to get through this
Sometimes
opening
I
bit, though,
just
you
don't
know?
Yeah,
know
we
what
want to
you're
make sure
talking
that
about.
like A,
It's all up in one day.
it's all up in one day,
because it's the
and
Co-op
B,
Friday
Love
thing.
it.
and B, yeah,
Thank
that
you
we
for taking me
immediately
out
get
here
to the
today.
co-op section because like that's the
You
whole
tell
point
me
of
to
Friday
thank
is
me.
Ted and I play a game together.
We will still do Smash quite frequently, though.
Oh, for sure.
Because that's
And-
the one I have the most fun playing,
Hey,
personally.
Luffy.
Yeah.
This will probably be up there
Do you know why
because
it
I
is
enjoy
that
playing
birds
actual
fly?
games with you.
Yeah. And like
Well,
if we have to,
if they
we may
didn't, they couldn't
we
catch
we may
food
even open up
or escape from
an extra day
predators.
for co-op Friday. So
Or we
like,
could just
Thought
open
so.
up Friday and upload twice.
co-op
But, you know,
weekend.
I think there's more
Yeah.
to it than that.
No, we
A
can,
bird
there's
that's
no way
born
we
with
could do
wings
3 days
has
worth of
to.
content. But just with the amount of time we have, we are like just trying to fill up. Uh-oh.
Luffy said, run! No matter how much it hurts, run!
This is where shit starts going downhill very
You
quickly.
can do
Yeah,
it.
from this point, yeah.
You're going to be strong, like Arthur.
Werewolves.
No, you can't! Go! Why is a demon
Yeah,
here?
the terminology also changes between this game and Zestiria in terms of timeline. Because Zestiria came out before this, mind you.
Yeah.
But demons are no longer demons, they're Hellions. And Malak are no longer Malak, they are Seraph.
Oh, okay. And is that something that just like because this game came out afterwards that they didn't sync
Well,
the names
it's
or
it's 1,000 years in the past, this game.
oh right.
This game is 1,000 years before Zestiria.
Face me, demon!
Well, that was a mistake, kid.
Which is why I believe the second oldest playable character in the series as a whole is Zavid. Because he's about, I think, about 1,000 in this game and about 2,000 in Zestiria.
Ah. Oh,
With
that's sweet.
Kratos being the only one older than him.
Yeah, that's really sweet. That hurts my little heart. So the other plan is both Ted and I are planning on getting this game on our own.
Yeah.
So considering we're talking over all of the cutscenes, we're not actually super paying attention to the story. So that way we can have context for when these scenes come up.
Yeah.
Um,
And also we could just what is it? We can be a little bit more quiet during the cutscenes.
yeah, we can, but I mean,
Because we can pay enough attention easily.
yeah.
But Tales games are very story driven.
Somebody turned on a filter for Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get home?
Look at that Instagram ass filter.
I don't use Instagram.
You're all right.
Do you?
Barely.
Sorry.
I use it to follow
It's all my
YouTubers
fault.
and
No.
like voice
If
actors
you
I
weren't
like,
there-
and
There's no
friends
telling
of
what
mine,
might
but that's
have
about
happened
it.
to me.
Okay.
I don't like taking pictures of myself. I'm
I don't
feeling a
either.
little more confident about it now that I've lost a lot of weight, but
Your old one broke,
Still not
right?
super confident
You've
in
got
how I look.
Beautiful hair.
Oh no, that window
It
has the
would be a waste
Phyrexian
if you
symbol on
didn't
it.
Take care of it.
It do. That's what the demon infection is. It's Phyrexia bleeding
Do
into
they
this
have
flame.
mycosynth
A world
in this
where
world?
my sister can be
Because
happy.
mycosynth is what allows people to start growing the metallic growths. Because phyresis doesn't affect things unless it
They're
either kills
metallic.
you or well, it can, but it will kill you rather than corrupt you.
Yeah.
Unless you go through proper experimentation, a la Yawgmoth's shit.
Hey, Yawgmoth,
Um,
can you do some experiments on me?
Yawgmoth did nothing wrong, you guys. Just like Griffith did nothing
Was that-
wrong.
Was it all a dream?
I don't know if that's right.
There's a. Oh no, they're total saints, both of them.
I have a feeling you're wrong.
Nah, I'm totally right.
So I'm pretty sure both of them are garbage people.
Yeah, they are. And they're both basically gods.
Yawgmoth believes in eugenics, essentially, right? Is that
Yeah,
Yawgmoth?
that's his thing. That's
yeah,
his big
Yawgmoth
thing.
believes in eugenics, and Griffith believes in power at any cost,
Mhm.
to the point of
Sacrificing an entire group mercenary band that was completely loyal to him.
yep.
and and as a petty action to spite his former best friend, he raped his former friend's lover.
Yep.
And that caused their baby to be born horribly deformed and demonic.
Yep.
Berserk is crazy, you guys. I love it.
I need to actually sit down and read it.
I would say it's worth it.
My problem is, like, I don't have... I wanna be supportive.
Well, here's the thing. You have all the time in the world, because it comes out like maybe once a year. A new
Okay.
chapter once or twice a year.
Give up.
Okay, time to run.
Dun, 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 dun.
Got away.
Right as they're about
Oh,
to.
that was close.
I love the piano in the background.
Right, it's so intense. Juke him. But yeah, and like, just like, I'm so excited. I've been so happy we're playing this.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how much longer. In fact,
Yeah, we should probably
let's
call it an episode here,
right
so we don't go over too much.
All right, so we will pause here and we will continue in a moment.